Yo, what's up, guys? Why Not Be Reckless, aka Why Not Be Casting here. We have another HCS report where today we're going to be talking about the Envy and Native Gaming merger and what that could mean for Halo. Then after that, we're going to talk about some Scrim results that I'm not sure if you guys have been keeping your eye on, but there's some stuff that's been going down, and I feel like we need to talk about it. Let's get right into it. And again, Envy not only separating from Optic, but on top of that, making some moves here and combining with one of my favorite organizations in Native Gaming. We saw a statement being put out. We are excited to announce the merger of Envy and Native Gaming. This partnership marks the beginning of a new era in Envy's history. Dean and Mike will unite to push the boundaries of what's possible. Together, we will elevate esports by blending Envy's championship legacy with Native Gaming's commitment to growth and the indigenous community. By joining forces, we plan on opening new doors for players, fans, and the gaming community worldwide. Hashtag EOD. And this was an announcement that was put out there. Mike Hastro, the owner of Envy, said that he saw a lot within Dean, a lot of himself within Dean, like a younger version of him, and had a ton of respect for he and his organization and wanted to combine with them and just reach new heights. And I love that. Like I love the Optic gaming brand, and that was really cool to see Envy and Optic combining. But in a world right now in esports where it's like we need more orgs, I don't know. I feel like we just need more organizations and more good organizations, more organizations with that gravitas a little bit. I feel like Envy's one of them. Like a lot of us know back in the day when they start off as clans, we know of the optics, we know of the phases, we know of the names like that just stick out, and I feel like Envy are one of those as well. So really excited to see Envy back in the game. Really excited to see Native combining with them, because from my experience with Envy, when they hired me for a couple events, I thought it was great. Native Gaming are fantastic. I love what they stand for and what they represent. So them just coming together is the real deal. And the question now becomes, what exactly does that mean for Halo? Because obviously Native Gaming have been within Halo since practically the beginning. You know, remember at one point in season 1, they were sporting 2 or 3 different squads. We saw Native Red featuring the likes of the Druck, Soul Snipe, Manny, Talik. We saw Native White as well, featuring Mickwin and his rosters as well. Even at one point we had Native Black with King J and the crew. So Native have been in Halo for a while, and when season 1 first came out, you guys might not remember this, but Envy was a partnered organization. Actually, I'll bring this up real quick, where I had it before. I swear I had it. I mean, I'll show you guys. Remember, their weapon skins are still if you bought them, you're still able to use them. But that BR was sick. The armor coat in the black and the blue with the little hint of the white was sexy. I was a fan of the Envy skins, and considering they already have some skin in the game. Okay, that was whack. My bad. But considering they already have, bundles that are in the game, why, to me, it makes sense that them combining with Native and them already picking up, a bunch of esports teams already. I think they've already signed 13 players already, maybe in a few different esports. Why not come back to Halo? Put that Envy bundle back out, make a new one. To me, it just makes sense. I don't know if that's the route they're going to be going, but maybe, just maybe, because I will say, I didn't hear about a merger, but I did hear rumors that there was going to be 2 orgs that were going to come together to sponsor one team. Now, I didn't hear it being Envy and Native. I actually heard about Native and another organization, which we'll talk about that on another video. But I heard something similar to this, not quite an exact merger, was happening for Halo. Two orgs coming together to sponsor one team. It was a crazy rumor that a couple people had told me. I didn't really put much into it. I was like, okay, yeah, cool. I kept in the back of my mind, I wanted to see more before I kind of dove down that rabbit hole. But I wonder if that's still the case, and will it be Envy? Or will it be Native and another organization? Only time will tell. But Native Gaming, Envy combining into one, and I really hope that means that Envy are coming back to Halo, because I really enjoyed their presence as an organization and their long-standing history they've had as an esports org. But we'll see. Meanwhile, why don't we talk a little bit about what's been going on in the scrims world? There's been some scrims going on, and there's a few matchups that I really want to talk about, and we'll kind of start off right on the 11th, a couple of days after the weekend tournament, the HCS Open Series Numero Dos, where you had Team Nemesis and Triggers Down actually scrimming, and where Team Nemesis getting the best of Triggers Down 8-6. Really interested to know what that internet was like when you have Glory, SLG, Snipe Drone, and Wootum going up against Descendant, Ezo, Collect, and Lethal. Like, who did it favor? Was it possible to swap servers back and forward? So one team got one, the other team got another. I have no idea, but really cool to see European teams and North American teams scrimming and putting in the work with each other. Nemesis did get the edge of Triggers Down, but when you have a matchup with EU versus NA, what really matters is obviously land, so that everybody's on equal footing. Shopify Rebellion, the Frosty and Roll 2 led Shopify Rebellion going up against Luminosity. Excited to see Luminosity in the game, but in that matchup, they were only able to take 3 games out of 14. Shopify Rebellion have been the hottest team in the offseason going into the early in-season, so not much to say about that. But I feel like Space Station Gaming and TSM, we kind of have to talk about a little bit. Lucid, Snakebite, Stellar, and Eco going up against Cherished, Druck, Soul Snipe, and Tolic. Splitting the difference, 7 apiece out of a 14-game series. And when I first saw this, my question was, does this say more about SSG continuing to maybe not start off on the hottest foot, or does it say more about TSM stepping up and going up against one of the big dogs and coming out looking very good? SSG, again, slower start. We really want to see more from them. There's some people that are panicking. I wouldn't use the word panic. Obviously there's room for improvement here, but we're so early into the season, not even have played a single land yet. I don't see any reason to panic. I feel like give them some time. We knew they were going to start off slow. Didn't know it was going to start off this slow, but we kind of knew they were going to start off a little bit slower, but give them some time. And I think SSG can and will adjust. Take a look at some of the stats here. Leading SSG, at least in the slays and the damage department, would be Stellar. 306 kills, 124 assists for a total of 86,000 damage. Only bested by Tolic on the other side of things with 276 kills, 130 assists, but just a little over 100 damage more than Stellar on the opposite side here with TSM. Loving what I'm seeing from them. We'll take a quick look at the game types, where we see Oddball going in favor of TSM. Capture the flag for SSG, not too surprised. A shutout in King of the Hill. That's a bit surprising to me. Recharge was close. Streets was fairly close. Fortress captured a flag, separated by just 1 cap. There was a Slayer on Origin, just 2 kills between them. TSM again shutting them out in King of the Hill. Is this a strength for TSM or a major weakness for SSG? Let's watch that. Let's watch out for that. While SSG going up against TSM, a very good stronghold squad, they come out dominant on live fire. 1 cap again, separating capture the flag. Notice how all the CTFs were really close between SSG and TSM, and eventually TSM taking another oddball, taking 2 of the 3. splitting the difference there. And we'll talk about, again, a little bit later on in the video, whether we feel like, again, does it say more about SSG struggles, or was it TSM stepping up to the plate? Again, we'll talk about that a little bit later on, but we'll keep going forward where we see Optic Gaming shutting out Cloud9 14-0, Complexity 9-2 over the #1 team in Latin America, SWAT Latin America going up against Pipa, one of the top teams in Europe. I think at this point it's really split between Pipa and them. They've been going at each other. SSG 13-3 over Triggers Down. I really like Triggers Down. Come on. I feel like this was really good for SSG though. I feel like with a slower start, you gotta beat up on some teams. You gotta get that confidence, and SSG were gaining confidence there, where TSM and Cloud9 splitting the difference here. I said I liked Cloud9, but I always felt it very hard to gauge them within where we want to see them in the HCS, and I had them in a very similar tier as TSM, but I did have TSM with more potential to maybe break out and make a top 4. Well, Cloud9 proving that they are right there with TSM, because I believe they even got a win over them in one of the Open Series tournaments. And on top of that, taking 7 of 15 is not bad for Cloud9. Looking very good for Septify, 94,000 damage. Love that. Talik right then and there, 287 kills, 181 assists, and right below when it comes to that damage, but a little bit more equal as far as the damage from TSM. Mind you, they only beat them by 1 gamer. Quote unquote beat, it was a scrim. King of the Hill, looking pretty decent for TSM, which we talked about them versus SSG. Want to see more King of the Hill. Another King of the Hill win over Cloud9. Cloud9 did eventually take a King of the Hill here, so TSM still looking very good in King of the Hill against SSG and Cloud9, but Cloud9 did catch them. And again, Live Fire seems to be a map that maybe TSM aren't the biggest fan of. We'll keep an eye on that. Optic 12-2 over Complexity. No real surprise there. I mean, they're optical gaming, you know, come on now. Better in Luminosity. I think this matchup was a little bit closer than I had expected. And I expected because of the results that Better have been putting up. Better have consistently gotten 3rd place in the offseason tournaments, which is great. They've beat SSG in back-to-back weeks, but keep in mind, Luminosity are no pushovers whatsoever. They're another squad that are going to be contending for top 4, even though you probably aren't going to consistently have them up there like I would have for Better. They're still a contender, I would say, and they proved it even in this matchup against Better. Taking 5 games off of them. Obviously Better, 100 more kills. Looking very good. Piggy, oh, okay, Piggy, 71,000 damage coming out of Piggy. Suppressed the main damage dealer for this roster. 249 kills, 122 assists, and we'll see some of the games. Better went on a 6-game winning streak after losing the first game. That's some serious momentum coming out of Better. Slowed down just a bit with Luminosity, took a few of the last games, but a 6-game winning streak at the game number 1. Pretty impressive if you ask me. Shopify Billion shutout, Triggers Down. Again, hottest team in the offseason. We got to respect it. Better with the 10-5 over Cloud9 with the way we're expecting Better to look. Even though Cloud9, another contender to make it to top 4, I definitely have Better in I feel like Better are the 4th, at least top 4 in the world at this point. Look like the 3rd best team in the world. Where like Cloud9, Complexity, TSM, even Triggers Down, they're all kind of in that similar tier, fighting to maybe compete against like a Better for that top 4 place. That's kind of why I have even Luminosity up there as well. Speaking of Luminosity, taking 6 of 13 against TSM. So TSM, I thought looked really good against SSG. And after that scrim, it seems like everybody else has been able to come close to TSM. And then when TSM do win, again, quote unquote, in the scrim, it seems to only be by 1 or 2 games. So if we're going back to our original question of did this matchup say more about SSG or TSM, I would have to say maybe it says more about SSG and that they continue to have a slower start, but only time will tell. We have another open series number 3 happening tomorrow and Sunday, and I can't wait for that because there's more questions that we need answers for, and hopefully we'll get them on your next HCS report. Until next time, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. Let that algorithm and me know that you like this type of content so that it pushes it to more people, and I hopefully get rich on YouTube because right now I'm broke. And I'll catch you later. Peace out.